Guru Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Gurureva Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Chinmayam Vyapiyat Sarvam Trailogyam Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Shri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan ki jai. Shri Sadgurunath Maharaj ki jai. We see a beautiful story that comes in the Ramayana. It was a story of a don. If you all know what a don is, a bad dacoit, a thief, a murderer, the worst of the kind. If we can think of the dons of the current age, this was the don of the don. And his name was Ratnakar. And this Ratnakar was a family man, a family person. And this Ratnakar was always under pressure. His family wanted so many things from him. And their wants kept on increasing. And the only thing that Ratnakar knew what to do was to go and steal. And what would he do? He would go out there. He would hide behind in those main roads. And that time, the carts, etc., will come of rich merchants, etc. He will jump in front of them, holding a knife or a sword or whatever it is that he used as a weapon at that time. And he would try to steal all their wealth, etc. At times, when they resisted, he may have to injure them. And even at times, kill them. And this was Ratnakar's daily duties. And he felt that this was his duty of life. That as a householder, his duty is to provide for his family and make his family happy. I would request all of you to stay muted. So this Ratnakar felt that his duty was to provide for the needs and the needs of their family. But he did not realize that there was a difference between needs and wants. Need is for basic living, the essentials that is required for life. Whereas wants are not really essentials. You can have as much as you want and you still may not be satisfied with it. But he thought that providing for them is his duty. What makes them happy makes me happy. But the question we have to ask ourselves is, can we really make other people happy? Today, one moment they are happy, next moment they are not. But why go that far? Can we make ourselves happy? Our own mind, what is its condition? Every moment it wants something. Every moment it's thinking of something. Every moment it either wants more of something, or it wants to go away from something, or it wants to find something else to make it happy. Sometimes we get bored, so we want something new for entertainment. Something else will look for happiness. And constantly we are running out into the world looking for this. Now, if our mind is like that, imagine what other person's mind is also. So therefore, how am I to make other person happy? I can't even make myself happy. How to make others happy? But Ratnakar thought, no, my duty is to provide for my family. Whatever that they wanted, whatever they asked for, I will fulfill. So if they're happy, I'm happy. But we realize that they're never happy. How can I make them happy all the time? He was in this delusion, in this ignorance. So he continued doing his so-called dharma, as he calls it, his duties as a householder, continued. One day, happily singing away came Narad Muni, this great celestial saint. He came singing. Narayana, Narayana, he came on singing. And Ratnakar looked from behind the bushes. Ooh, this man is coming. He seems to be very happy. And what is our normal thought about who is happy? We think that a person who is really rich is happy. Wealthy person with money is very happy. If only you ask wealthy people, are you really happy? They say, Hare Swamiji, I will be very happy if people did not ask me for charity, donation. Some people say, I am wealthy, but I'm still not happy. I'm giving away, but I'm still not happy. But person who does not have things, without money, I cannot be happy. So some people are dependent on money. So run after money. Some people think that having people around me will make me happy. Some people think having big properties will make me happy. So different ways we start thinking where happiness is. If the situation changes, I'll be happy. If I got a promotion, I'll be happy. If somebody listened to me, I'll be happy. Different. If I have a drink, I'll be happy. If I eat food, I'll be happy. If I get my favorite food, I'll be happy. What happens if you don't get it? Misery. So, Ratnakar also, like all of us, have these ideas, these notions, where happiness is. So when he looked at Narad Muni coming along, and he's very happy, Ratnakar thought like this. And for us all, the grass is always greener on the other side. Abu Gurudev would say, your friends came over, all the ladies all got together after this Devi group because COVID situation, COVID finishes, and then you're all there. Together you decided to have a catch-up, get together, ladies get together. And then there, you're all sitting there, and then your husband decides to help out. So he comes with all and starts serving with a big smile on his face. And then each of the ladies, not the wife of that man, but others think, Hare, what a wonderful husband you have. And you say, if only my husband was like this. But she only knows what husband she has, what his capabilities are, what his incapabilities are. She only knows, right? But the thing is, grass is always greener on the other side. You see people driving a 4-wheel drive. Once upon a time, our Indian Sri Lankan community used to drive Toyota Camry, then became Toyota Corolla, then became BMW. Now has become four-wheel drives. Right? They have four-wheel drive, that means I will be happy. Because they look happy. But does anybody really tell the truth that what the sorrows inside is? Now, God forbid, you actually ask somebody, what is your problem? Then they start telling, are you ready to listen to their problem? You go to that cold supermarket or the Woolworth and all that. How are you today? The checkout person is asking. And you also say, good, thank you. But are you really good? And is that person really interested in knowing whether you're good or bad? It is a conversation only. You get on the aeroplane, oh, so nice to meet you, Mrs. So-and-so. As though they really care whether you are getting on the plane or not. But grass always looks greener on the other side. But if only we reflect on ourselves, how much sorrows we have. Like that, other people will also have sorrows. And we think that happiness is by having what they have. You know, one person's trash is another person's treasure. Another person's treasure becomes trash. So how many things we collect? If you look at your own houses only. You know, in one of our classes, Bhikshu Gita, we said this week we will practice non-hoarding. Means get rid of things which you have never used for a long time. We may find that there's lots of things that we need to get rid of. Physically, mentally, emotionally, intellectually, we have unnecessary information also. Right? So therefore, there are so many things that we are holding on to which create sorrow for us. But where is this happiness? So Ratnakar is looking, and this Narad Muni is singing along with his tambura and clicking along and singing and coming. He said, this man is happy. So he must have wealth. He must be a rich person. So he jumped, took out his sword, and he said, stop, I want your money. Give me what you have. And Narad Muni looked at him. I don't have anything. Don't lie. You're happy. And if you're happy means you have. I want what you have. Thinking what? That some possession, something is hidden somewhere. And nowadays you don't know, with all this trafficking of drugs and things like this, counterfeit money and all that, you never know. Maybe in that tambura, he's hidden inside the money or the whatever, jewelry and stuff like that. So Ratnakar said, no, you are hiding something. You are very happy, you have it. And Narad Muni said, but I don't have anything what you're looking for. He said, no, you're happy. I want what makes you happy. Oh, Narad Muni said, you want what is going to make me happy? What makes me happy? Are you sure? Because I will give you, then you... No, give. Okay. So Narad Muni said, okay, I will give you, but you have to let go of everything else that you have. Ratnakar said, no, what is there to let go of? No, I'm not going to let go of anything. You give me what you have. And so Ratnakar in his agitation ties up Narad Muni on the tree. And Narad Muni looked at Ratnakar and said, Ratnakar, why are you doing this? You know, what do you mean, why am I doing this? This is my job. It is my duty. And what do you call it? Narad Muni said, this is your duty. Oh, very good. So why are you doing this duty? By scaring people and stealing their money, etc. And Ratnakar said, I'm doing my job for the welfare of my family. They have many, many demands and many, many requests, and I have to fulfill them. That's my duty. And why are you doing this? Well, if they are happy, I am happy. Oh, so your happiness depends on them and how they feel. Okay, okay. Radhakar, did you know that for every action you do, there's a result? Hmm? Oh, there is? Yes. And this is called the law of karma. Whatever good you do, you get good back. Whatever bad you do, you get bad back. So if you think about it, Radhakar, how much good have you done? How much bad have you done? So Radhakar started thinking, oh. But anyway, what have you got hiding inside? I want your happiness. Radhakar, calm down, think. Okay. Now, this thing that you are doing for your family to make them happy, which makes you happy, now that you've known that you've done a lot of bad stuff, then that bad stuff is going to give bad result, which will make you miserable. Right or not? Go and ask your family members, are they ready to partake in the bad karmas? That they get certain portions, because they are also getting the benefits of the good happiness. So even the bad things, will they be able to accept it? So Ratnakar thought, of course they will. They're my family. We are one family, all in one, one in all. Oh, Narad said, okay. But I would like you to go and first ask them. Hey, you better, Ratnakar said, you are trying to run away from here, aren't you? He said, no, God promised I will not run away. And now you have tied me, how can I run away? Thin, lean me, how can I run? Huh? So, but you go and ask. So Ratnakar started thinking, of course they will accept. Of course they will share the karmas of what my life is. Bad stuff that is coming. Because they're enjoying the good stuff of my actions. So he went. And when he went home, his beloved daughter comes running out. Dad, Dad, a good teenager. And she says, Dad, Dad, did you bring the necklace I asked you? Tonight is the party. And the father said, before I answer that, can I ask you something? What, Dad, what? Because she was so eager to get the necklace. So he asked, you know that I am a thief, I'm a robber, I'm a dacoit, I'm a don. You know that I am bad. And so by doing those actions to get what I'm getting for you, there will be some negative sins, negative quality, negative karmas that will come, results will come, where I have to be miserable. Will you take some of it for yourself? She looked at him. You know, some people look strangely at you. But what's wrong with you, Dad? That is your job. You are to provide what we want. That's why you're a father. Hey, what is the use of you? So Ratnakar thought, my baby. And usually fathers are very attached to their daughters. It was like a big spear in his heart. Did you get the necklace, Dad? No, I have not got it. Oh, Dad, you're useless. She walked away. I remember when I was taking classes at the schools, and this was in grade, primary school, public school, and the child was, I think, 7 years old or something, right? And she was very upset in the class. So I asked her, what is wrong? Because usually you're very chirpy and even I can make you smile and all that. So why you can't smile? Why you're not happy? So she was still very upset, head down and all, mouth like that and all that. I said, what happened? Then she said, Swamiji, my friends are coming over this weekend. So I said, so isn't that an exciting thing? All your friends are coming over, you can play with them and all that. Yeah, it's good they are coming, but I don't have an iPad. So I said, what has that got to do with your friends coming over? I remember my childhood days when my friends used to come over, we used to take the cricket bat out and go and play, right? Maybe break a few windows, I don't know, but anyway, right? I can't tell you my old secrets, what I did, what we all did. But we did fun stuff outside. The iPad. Then she said, yeah, iPad, Swamiji. And I said, so why can't you just play other things with them? No, they all have iPads and I don't have. So how to play? That's a very peculiar situation. Then I said, okay, then what's the problem? My father and mother have said they're not buying it for me. So I said, maybe they can't afford it. What, they can't afford it? Their job is to provide for me. And if they don't have money, they should work harder, few more hours extra, so they can buy me the iPad. And I didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Right? Then I said to her, all of you play on iPad. Why don't you be different and make some exciting game where you can, build a little cubby house or, pull some chairs together in your room and create a tent and play inside there. Do something different. Don't always do what everybody else does. Be innovative, be creative. It's like, okay, Swamiji. But look at that. My father and mother should work harder to earn more money so they can provide for it. Look at the attitude. So Ratnakar's daughter also had same attitude only. So Ratnakar thought, okay, my daughter, no use. He went to his son. Dad, son, I was talking to a wise person and he had put a question to me that all these karmas are there. Will my children accept the karmas of the negative stuff? And will you accept? Dad, that is your job. Why are you involving me in how you get the money to us? The key thing is you get the money to us. What we need. So Ratnakar was very upset. Finally, what to do? He went to his Dharma Patni. For good or for bad, she's always with him. So therefore he went to her and said, my dear, my darling. She said, what do you want? You only call me all this when you want something. What do you want? So he said, this Narad Muni was telling me that through all I've been doing wrong actions and there's going to be some bad results coming. Will you take part? At least, we said 50-50 in everything, equality, Can you take half of the negativity, bad karma? She said, what? You go to work, I stay at home and look after the house. I'm the homemaker, you are the worker outside. Did I ask you what you do? Do you come and interview with what I do? No. So how you bring the money and provide for it is your problem. I'm not going to partake in this. So Ratnakar, totally blown away by this whole situation, he comes back to Narad Muni. And he says, Narad Muni, nobody wants to accept my bad karmas. And on the way I was thinking, what is it really that I need for my life? I only need the basic necessities. I don't need all these extravagant stuff. Why am I doing all this? And so he unties Narad Muni and said, Narad Muni, what do I do now? So Narad Muni said, first thing you have to understand is that you cannot make anybody happy unless they want to be happy. No objects of this world or any situation in this world can make us happy. And we all know this. If we are in a bad mood, even the best of the world, if it's given to us, we will still feel terrible. Even if we are very happy, mind is very positive, and we meet the worst thing in this world, we will still be positive only. So it is nothing to do with the world outside. It is the state of our mind. Oh. At this moment, our mind keeps on thinking, having all these notions that I want this will make me happy. I want that, it will make me happy. I don't want this, it will make me miserable. Right? So constantly, my mind is having different notions, different expectations. And these notions and expectations, and to fulfill them, my mind is running out into the world. And when I fulfill those desires, my world becomes happy for me. My mind, I feel happy. When it is not fulfilled, there is sorrow. And whenever my mind is agitated, what is my condition? My condition is, when my mind is agitated, is sorrow only. I feel that without it, I cannot live. I'm so dependent on these notions and expectations, which are called desires. And these desires are formed out of my own imagination. I look at other people and I imagine they're happy. If anybody sitting in this classroom, if I ask you, do you have sorrows in your life? Everybody will tell. I mean, they will not tell openly. But if I had to ask them, each and everyone has sorrows. Each one and everyone has problems. Each and everyone has expectations in themselves. They have notions. They have ideas. But yet they think that other people are happy. It's only in my life that my children are bad, Swamiji. Only in my life that, everything is going wrong. I have medical problems. Nobody else has medical problems. As we get older, it will happen. God forbid, we pray that it doesn't happen. Right? Who does not have problems in life? Everybody has problems in life. Because we are holding on to some imagination that this world is not going to change. That this world is only going to give me happiness. We have to be realistic and practical. When we look at this world, the world is going to change. Today, if it gives me happiness, tomorrow it will not. It is going to constantly fluctuate. It is going to change. So holding on to this impermanent, changing world and think that it's going to give me permanent happiness is madness. And who is thinking this? My mind only. Because the grass is always greener on the other side. It looks like the people are happy. It looks like that person got a promotion, he's up and jumping, I got promotion. Next moment, he finds out what? That his friend colleague who was working with him, also got a promotion, same job level increase, but he got $10 more than you. $10, not a big deal. But sorrow. Why he got $10 more than I did? I do more work and he got $10 more. Agitation. See, notion, attachment, identification. This is the problem. But what we have to understand is, there is no happiness or sorrow in the world of objects. As we already told, one person's trash is another person's treasure. I get rid of one thing because it's going to give me sorrow. Another person takes it because it's going to give happiness. But if the happiness was in that object, should we all not get that happiness? Yes. But we don't. So therefore, where is this happiness if it's not in the object? When we analyze, it is the state of my mind. When my mind is agitated, there is sorrow. But when my mind becomes calm, I experience happiness. And a clue that we get is that in the state of deep sleep, when we really go into sleep, not this dream state, but in deep sleep, when we go into it, our mind is no longer there. It is asleep. But yet when we wake you up in the morning, when we wake up, I don't want to wake up if I'm in deep sleep. Oh, another 10 minutes. Snooze button. That's why the snooze is there. Not for any other reason. Because you want to go back into that blissful state. Because if you come out into this world and the mind wakes up, what notions and everything you have to deal with. That's why you put snooze. Go to the So therefore, in that deep sleep, what is there? There is no mind, there is no intellect. What is the state of experience? Is happiness only. But our problem is that we can't always stay in deep sleep all the time. And then in that deep sleep also, it's only when I wake up only I feel I should be there. But I want to be happy all the time in my daily living. But if I want to be happy all the time, then I have to deal with this mind. Because this mind is only creating these notions. In Gita, Bhagavan gives, in that Sthita Pragya Lakshana, in who is this perfect person, he gives us the ladder of fall. Dhyayato Vishayan Pumsa Sangashte Shubhajayate Sangat Sanjayate Kama Kama Krodho Pajayate Krodhat Bhavati Sammoha Sammohat Pratibhramaha Pratibhramshat Buddhinasha Buddhinasha Pranashyati. Dhyayato Vishayan Pumsa. Dhyayato Vishayan. On that object, we think of something and we brood over it again and again. Dhyayato Vishayan Pumsa. And when we keep on thinking about it over and over again, it creates attachment. And when that attachment I create, I can't live without it. Attachment is what? I can't live without it. Dependency. And then when that dependency comes, I can't live without it because it's going to give me happiness. Then Sangasteshu Pajayate Sangat Sanjayate Kamaha. Intensity grows, that desire comes. And when that desire comes, then I can't live without it. I want it now. We all know. The moment that desire is strong, nobody can stop us. And if anybody tried stopping us when our desire is such strong, how angry we get, how depressed we become. The whole ladder of fall. It is only because of our continuous thinking about something, imagining about it, superimposing ideas on it, putting that idea, that happiness on it, and I create this attachment. So therefore, this is the spiral of fall for all of us. So when the mind is constantly thinking about Vishayas, whether it is the world outside, what I can get from the world for my happiness, or I brew on the past. Because some people love thinking about the past. It is dead and gone, but again and again they bring the past into the present and try to live it. And many people remember the bad stuff. Sometimes I wonder whether people love sorrow. Because if we don't like sorrow, why do we bring the sorrowful incidences from the past to the present? Maybe they get happiness from sorrow. So they keep remembering the past. Again and again. That person said like this person did like that. Why? Either we think of the future or the past. Or in the present moment, I'm very excited. Oh my God, Swamiji, I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to do this. I got 100 things to do. Swamiji, I don't know whether I can come to the ladies' retreat. Swamiji. Arey Baba, relax. Calm down. So we're so attached to the past, to the future, or the present moment. And we can't even enjoy the present moment because our mind is never here. It is never available. So Ratnakar looks at Narad Muni and says, my mind is never available. So therefore, how to gain this happiness? I want the happiness you're having, Narad Muni. So Narad Muni looks at Ratnakar and says, you have to learn to let go of all of these thoughts, these attachments, these dependencies. But Naradmuni, if I have to let go of all these dependencies, Swamiji, how will I live if I don't depend on all of these things? Hare Baba, dependency, attachment is not physical. It is only a mental notion that I'm carrying. I can't live without it. They can't live without me. Please understand. Nobody is indisposable. Even without us, they will continue to live. It is only the notion I carry that I am very important. So therefore, I can live without them, they can live without me. But it's this notion, this dependency that is creating this sorrow. Swamiji, you are telling like this. What happens if I let go of all of this? What guarantee is there that you are not cheating me? You are telling some moksha, some permanent happiness, and that also when the mind is calm, then only you can experience that happiness which is within. So when your mind is calm, only happiness is experienced. And when is your mind calm? When there's no desires. Or when your desire is fulfilled at that moment, your mind becomes calm. So when there is no mind, calm mind, then you feel the happiness. So therefore, when the mind becomes calm, everything, the desire in the intellect has stopped, the emotions in the mind has stopped, the actions in the world outside through the body has stopped. When all of this and the vasana push, that desire from within, that strong intensity push is stopped. When all of this is calm, at that moment we experience the happiness, which the scripture calls as Om, our true nature, the Lord, the supreme reality. Many, many different names are given. But that is the real you. And that is where the happiness lies. And all of these things, vasanas, your intense desire, your intellect, your mind, your body, the world outside, everything changes. But there's an observer that observes everything. In everything, I am sad, I am happy, I like this, I don't like this. I saw that, I heard that. Everything that I say I have experienced, there is one experiencer which is common to all of that. One who sees everything that changes. Your body over a period of time changes. Your mind, your emotions constantly change. Your knowledge, your intellect changes over a period of time. Your own personality, the vasanas we call, your inherent tendencies, your inherent unfulfilled desires over a period of time will change. But in all of this change that we experience, there is something that witnesses it all, that which illumines it all, which knows it all, and that is I. And when my mind, intellect, body, and my vasanas have come to a quiet mode, at that time I experience that happiness. That happiness is the source, is our true nature. And because that source is my true nature, and I am there all the time in all my experiences, where I cannot say I am not there in all my experiences, I have to be there. Otherwise, it is not my experience. So that I is that supreme self. That I is permanent, and that permanent I is where the happiness is. And if that permanent I is happiness, then happiness is also permanent. Oh, so this is where happiness is. But what is this liberation? Will I be the same person? Will I be a different person? I hear many things about realization. You say it is permanent happiness. You say that I have to give up all of these things to get there. Then what is that liberation? What happens to me after liberation? Because I don't have any experience of it. And what happens if you're cheating me? So I want to know what happens after liberation. And then I hear that liberation is the moment I get liberated, then I'm dead. Videha mukti. Means when the moment of dying, I get liberated. But I don't want to be liberated and happy after dying. I want to be happy now. You want to be happy now. But before I can do anything you tell me, I want to know how a person of liberation functions in this world. How does he walk? How does he talk? How does he move? He or she, right? I want to know. And how do they deal with all the ups and downs of life? Because that is what my problem is. My problem is my life is going up and down. More down than up, but it's going. How to deal with that? That is what I want to know. Can that liberated person rise above this? And can I do everything that I am doing being liberated? I want to know that also. You want to know that also. Okay. So we have to tell you because you have such a question. So we shall see after our next activity. So we can have an activity now. So we'll have our activity and then we will come back to find out how, who, what is this Jivan Mukta. And we'll start our, now that you understood the big picture of where the happiness is, but what is that state? And how does person after that state exist? Then some inspiration will be there that I can strive for it. So at this moment, I think that the world is where the happiness is. Now that I've understood happiness is within me, but how do I know that? And how is it worthwhile to get there? What are the benefits? So I want to know all of these things. So Shankaracharya, who is the Jivan Mukta himself, because we have such doubts, is giving us what happens after liberation as a Jivan Mukta, which we shall see in the next session. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.